Possible targets 232
What's going on, guys? It's your boy, the Mr. Fox, and I'm doing my review for the latest chapter of 107 for Unordinary. If you haven't checked out my reaction to it, I'll leave a description for it and link, and it'll be at the end. And I don't know, but I think YouTube still does the annotations, but I hope they do. But whatever. But okay, now we're gonna do a quick little recap of last week's episode. So last week's episode, it showed a flashback of John thinking about what he did back in middle school, and then it cut. Fast forward later on in the day, Zeke is watching Serafina and John, and then as the school day progresses, he beats the crap out of John. He beats the crap out of Serafina, and that's when Arlo walks by. He gets upset, not upset that they got beaten, but upset that they. Like, John let it happen, and then, and he's wondering how does Serafina pretty much end in this state, in which he knows how, but, still. And, Arlo gets pissed. He goes, punches Zeke in the face, rightfully so. And then he punches John, also again, rightfully so. And he tells John to get your crap together, and he tells John and Serafina to accept reality, pretty much telling them that, Serafina, you're a cripple. You need to accept this and, get on with your life as best you can. And he's pretty much telling John that you need to quit acting like a cripple and accept that the fact that you are pretty much not the rightful king, but you should be the king because you've beat me, and you can probably he can beat anyone else at the school that would even try. But John, the whole thing with John is he doesn't want to go back to that place. Where he was when he just beat the crap out of any and everybody because they even looked at him funny, which is understandable, but still, I'm tired of it. But so that was last week's little recap. Now, jumping into this week, we cut to Serafina and John in the infirmary, and Serafina is shaking. She is shook up. I don't think she's shook from the fact that she got beat up, but I think she's more shook from the fact that, like, I really can't even defend myself. She's never even imagined a life where she didn't have her powers, which is understandable because when you have it your whole life, the last thing you think about is, well, I wonder what happened if it was gone. But I mean, the beating pretty much clarified probably a few things for us. It's like my powers are probably never coming back, and that this is probably going to be my life from now on. Just trying to make it through the day, hopefully not getting the tar kicked out of me. And, she starts crying. And, I mean, that breaks my heart. I don't want to see her cry. Unless they're tears of joy. But, she's upset. She's frustrated. She's tired of going to sleep at night and wondering if her powers will come back, to only wake up and to find, and it's the same thing when she went to sleep, no powers. And she's just tired of the disappointment. She wants to try and move forward with not having powers, which is still going to be rough for her. And, John is pretty much trying to encourage her. He's like, don't worry. They'll come back. No one's ever seen anything like this before. And Serafina's like, when? She's like, months, years. I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like, and, he just pretty much doesn't know. He doesn't know what to do. I wouldn't even know what to do in that situation. Like, how do you comfort somebody when they pretty much lost not everything? I mean, she still has her family and stuff. Family. Yeah, but and then John tells her that this irritates me. He's like, don't worry. He's like, you got me. We'll be crippled. We'll pretty much be crippled together. And I'm like, dude, if you don't man up and tell her that you have powers, at least lie about how strong you are. At least just be like, okay, I have powers, but I'm a mid tier. I'm not high tier. Something. So you can justify the finish. I don't know, man. John's, like I said, I love John, but he's really been working my nerves with this. And then Serafina falls asleep in the infirmary and he goes outside and he starts punching a wall. I'm like, you should have been doing that to Zeke and everyone else there. Like, and he's punching this wall, but he's thinking to himself, he's like, I'm so useless, I can't do anything right. I let this happen. Why couldn't I do anything? And then he thinks back to what Arlo said to him last chapter. Arlo pretty much told him, like, you're the most spineless person that I've ever met. And at this point, that's pretty much how John's been acting. I'm like, and I get it, man. You're sorry about beating your other school half to death in your friends, but you gotta you don't have to let go, but you gotta learn to forgive yourself, or you'll never really be able to enjoy your life again. And I'm not even just talking about like at Wellston. I'm just talking like in general. Whether even after everything's said and done, you graduate and you go get a job, you won't be able to enjoy it. So, and then that means what he does. He punches the wall till his knuckles start bleeding. And then we cut to Zeke. And I'm like, I don't want to see your face right now. And he's holding a bag. He's holding a paper sack with tooth on it. I'm assuming that's like his pain meds or something that he got from the doctor. I don't know. We'll see if the bag plays a bigger role. It might. Just might. But then, we see a scene where we see somebody with bloody knuckles in a white button-down shirt looking at Zeke. And that's pretty... Like, we don't know who that is. John about to go beat some tail. He need to. Because while he was punching the wall, he was thinking, he was thinking of Zeke's face, and he was like, it's all his fault. That instant is his fault, but for the most part, it's your fault, John. Your fault. Take responsibility. You let Serafina get beat, and she cried. It's unacceptable. Unacceptable. Anywho. That's how the chapter ends, with John pretty much staring at Zeke, probably about to rip him a new one. I hope he does, or at least I don't want to see John go there and tell him off, like, you hurt my friend. I hate you. Like, nah, bro. Beat the ever daylights out of this guy. But so it looks like it's hard to accept from me. Kind of. I knew it was coming, and like I said, I don't know if it'd be good for Serafina to even get her powers back in the first place, but still, man, I'm like, can we give her something? Can she go to martial arts training? Actually, John and Serafina can now start training. He's good at martial arts. He can train her. She won't be able to beat anyone really with power and physical enhancing abilities, but you ain't got to worry about someone just socking you in the face and you go down. You feel me? So, I hope I see that, John and Serafina training. But the one thing I want to see the most is... Actually, I want to see what's up with that red-haired dude. I can't think of his name. I want to see what's up with, not Zeke, Blake and all them. What are they up to right now? Actually, we need to find out. I want to know who at least is in charge of Ember. That's going too far. I want to at least see a silhouette of people that are in charge of Ember. See them at a round table or something plotting like, yeah, we need to do this. The high tiers are getting a little bit cocky. We need to kill more heroes. Blah, blah, blah. But show me a silhouette of the face that's supposed to be in charge of Ember. And I want them to elaborate more on Ray's death. Actually, I want more world building. I do. As much as I want to see John pummel faces in all day, every day, I need more world building. It would do my heart justice. But that's all I got to say on this chapter. This one was relatively short. I don't want to make them like too long. But for the most part, this chapter is pretty much cut and clear. John and Serafina feel bad about what happened, and John's finna go beat the crap out of Zeke, and hopefully John realizes I just need to do this to everybody in public. And hopefully Serafina will find out in the process too. I don't know. Yeah. But with that being said, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, hit the bell for more notifications when I drop more videos. Also, check out my reaction to this chapter this week. And with that, actually, I already said that. With that being said, it's your boy Fox. Out.